And just like that, back again, Uncle Bhutlah inside the building. You already know. Guys, got me some Chinese peppers right here. Or do I? Pepperology 101. This is basic stuff. So these right here are in fact Chinese peppers. Okay? These are not. These are Chinense. What's the difference? So, long ago, somebody, and I don't know who, I may have read the name, or who knows. Maybe I didn't read a name. All I know is that Capsicum Chinense was originally called that species of peppers because they thought that they originated in China. All right? If you guys see, the Chinense varieties typically don't come from China or Southeast Asia. They don't. They come from the Caribbean. They come from South America, all the way. Got them in Africa with the Primotalii, and there's different Bonnet types, the Maldives. I mean, but the Chinese, it was a false narrative. But this is a Chinese pepper, and I'm actually going to try this. And I'm going to tell you that now I don't know if this pepper is a baccatum or baccatum, however you want to say it, or if it is in fact a annuum. All right, but this is a Chinese. I think it's a Chinese 5-color, although I don't know. That's what I believe it is, but let's give it a try. Woo! It's got a nice kick to it. Fruity. Almost has that Thai pepper flavor to it. I like it better than Thai pepper. Wow. And I don't remember if it was the ornamental, the Chinese 5-color, but it's a Chinese pepper. Let's try the fake Chinese pepper. Capsicum Chinense. Completely different species. So if you ever wonder where that came from, it was false. People literally, somebody, maybe a botanist or some university, decided to name these Capsicum Chinense. Yeah, imagine that. An epic failure. Wow, believe it or not, I gotta save some for Mrs. Bhutlah. Believe it or not, this is hotter than this. It just is. Just got a different burn. Now, I did grow some of the Chinese ornamentals that they didn't taste this good. They weren't as good as that. I'll tell you that story. Me and Mrs. Bhutlah, it's a crazy one. We lived on Topsail Island on the coast of North Carolina. And I had this perfect area. There was a deck. We lived on the first floor, ground level. And there was a deck over top of us. And we would get the sun, right? As it rose, man. We'd get that beach East Coast morning sun. And then by the time it got up to like noon, it would go over the deck would protect it. And so I planted some herbs really close to the house. And then I put pepper plants. I put them right in the ground there. And I had like dragon ties or dragon cayennes, a couple different kinds. But we ended up having to move from that place abruptly. That's right. There was a mold issue inside the walls and it started coming out. We had to leave. We had to go back to Jacksonville, North Carolina, at which time I'm like, oh my gosh, my plants are in the freaking ground. So dug them up, put them in some pots, got them to the new place. And me and Mrs. Bhutlah had went to some kind of event. It was at this big farm, and just something we heard about. It was off the beaten path. I have no clue what the name of the festival, any it was. But when we went there, we were walking and looking at some of the plants. They had plants for sale that were in pots. Some of them had peppers on them. And I remember buying this Thai pepper, and it wasn't the same. Alexa, stop. It wasn't a normal Thai pepper. They were lighter green. They pointed upwards, whatever. I bought that, and then one of my chefs that I worked with was there with his wife, and I said, "Oh, look at that!" And it was a Chinese ornamental 5-color. It had purple peppers and yellow and red and everything. And I said, "Oh, I'm buying that." And Chadwick, my chef friend, said, "Nah, man." He's like, "They don't have any flavor." He's like, "Don't get that." And then the plant was like $2, man. I'm like, he goes, "If you want to make like hot sauce or something with it, go ahead. It'll add heat, but they don't have a lot of flavor." And I was like, "All right, man, I'm gonna buy it anyway. It just looks cool, whatever." But I bought that, and we used them. We cooked with them. They definitely spiced up our foods, and I didn't have any complaints. But I remember they didn't have a lot of flavor. This I don't think it's the same as this. The 5, this could be, but this has a little bit. It's got a nice flesh on it. I still got the other half here, and it's got a nice fruity sweetness, like a red pod flavor to it. So absolutely gorgeous pepper. So I just wanted to show you guys Chinese versus Chinense. And you'll be surprised sometimes. There's times where you'll look at something and you'll say, "Oh, that's an annuum," you know. It's actually baccatum. Then there's pubescent, and there's another species that I don't remember the name. Comment below if you actually know it. There's stuff I'm not really familiar with, and the reason why I'm not familiar with those peppers as much is because I grow Chinense. Everything I grow is Chinense. I have grown a couple that weren't, like the lemon spice jalapeno, and in the Thais and the stuff years and years back, before I even really knew about the different species of peppers. So that's why I'm very well versed in Chinense, okay, and where the peppers come from, where they originate. This stuff is just great, man. I mean, and Refined and Fired Chili's YouTube channel has tons of videos on peppers, where they originate from, like showing the pepper, what it's supposed to look like. So I really love this. I'm engulfed in this pepper world, and I really love learning more about it. And it's like, I mean, channel's been here 4 years, man, and I'm still learning every freaking day. But I figured this was a good time, since I happen to have a true Chinense, like you look at it, you know, and a true Chinese pepper. Uncle Bokao freaking loves you. What?